Hi, and welcome to another session of Reminiscing with History Makers. I'm joined today by Dunn. Ron, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here.
So for starters, when did you join APCO?
2000, actually, yeah, it was September of 2000. So 24 years.
And during your tenure with APCO, tell us about the agencies that you worked for, positions you held, and some of those responsibilities.
I started my career in public safety communications in January of '93 with San Maria County Sheriff's Department. I was there, in 2000 I got promoted to supervisor, which is when I became a member of APCO. That was automatic. And then in 2007, myself and Cindy Freeman, my partner, were the first two civilian communications managers for the county. My job as a communications manager, as you probably know, is overseeing the day-to-day operations, making sure the dispatchers and the supervisors have the technology and resources they need to do their job, be the intermediaries between the upper management and the dispatch, other agencies such as fire department, police departments, anything that comes along. So.
And what initially drew you to joining APCO? Was there a person or an event that was influential?
No, like I said, it was automatic in San Maria County that once you became a supervisor, they automatically made us members of APCO and NENA and encouraged us to really get involved with the organizations that supported us.
And describe for us some of your APCO activities at the state and national level during your tenure.
I've done sessions, I've taught sessions, breakout sessions at several conferences. In 2019, I decided to join the chapter itself as a board member. I started as the vice president, then president-elect. I'm the immediate past president. I'm currently one of the directors, and as of July, found out our executive council member, Ernest, is retiring, so my board appointed me to be the executive council member.
Would you say you had a favorite during that time?
I loved being the president. I really did. It seemed like I was stressed about it, and I was worried about it, thinking it was going to be a lot of hard work, but we're surrounded by a lot of good people that we work with, both chapter members, my executive board, and everything else like that. It made it pretty easy. But I think being the president, being able to travel around and just talk to people.
Would you say your APCO membership has had a direct effect on your career in public safety communications?
Yeah, I think it has. By being able to get out to the conferences, the networking that you do, learning new things, the classes that we often do, the breakout sessions they do, there's a lot of good information. Like I said, I've taught the breakout sessions, but I think it's more of the networking, getting to know people throughout the nation, Canada, Britain as they're coming over and stuff like that, just having those contacts. So when something comes up that I may not know much about, I have someone to reach out to get the answer or to get the help I need.
What do you like most about APCO?
I think it's the camaraderie that it brings, the support to support public safety, all of public safety, and the people that work in it. I think they do a really great job.
To keep on that theme, is there anything you think APCO does better than anyone else?
That's a good question, because like I said, I've been a member of APCO and NENA. I do like to see APCO National really engaged in, a lot of people know that we're trying to get Office of Management and Budget to change us from secretarial to the limited safety and everything else like that. I love watching APCO and supporting APCO, being some of the front line up there, meeting with legislators, trying to convince them, trying to show them that we really are more than just secretaries, bus driver, or bus dispatchers and those type of things. So it's very good to see that.
So now with the advent of NG 911, what would you say APCO needs to do to stay current with some of those emerging technologies?
Currently APCO is doing a lot of that, staying with the ANSI standards and stuff like that, working with NENA, FCC, other organizations to make sure our standards are where they need to be so we have that connectivity, not just within the local area, but within the state and the international, to be able to transfer calls, information, seamlessly through the EZNet. I think they're doing a very good job at that. I'm not sure that there's anywhere that I see that they could improve just yet, but.
And lastly, what stands out to you as a significant contribution during your time in office?
Even before I became a chapter president and stuff like that, I can tell you in 2016, I don't know if you know what Project Retains is, but it's a project that APCO has that it's a scheduling model to where it would tell you how many call takers you need based on call volume, talk time, ring time, all of that stuff. But nobody has ever had anything for how do we gauge radio, push-to-talk time and stuff like that. So a friend of mine, Jim Bear, worked with me in San Maria County Sheriff's Department in 2014. We knew it was going to be a daunting task, but we created something that we thought would work in a formula. We went to Western Region conferences, APCO conferences, NENA conferences, wherever we could to try and garner information from people. We didn't have all the answers, so we would garner information from people with our intent that hopefully we could find a way to get that in there. In 2016, here in Orlando, I attended the national conference. Lynn Bowler and Sherry Wrinkle from the California ProChart Committee got us in touch with Mark Cannon and the current president. I can't remember his name at the time. We actually got to have a separate meeting. We talked about what our project was. And they asked us, well, are you guys in this for profit? No, we want to do what's best for dispatchers, nationwide, worldwide, whatever it takes. They actually took our project. They were in the process of getting up to Project Retains. Several years later, Project Retains 3.0 came out, and they do have ways of now looking at radio push-to-talk time and stuff like that through the surveys that they've done and the stuff that they've created. So to me, that was probably the best thing that I've ever done, that Jim and I were able to do to try and help dispatchers worldwide.
Well, that's great. Well, once again, this has been a session of Reminiscing with History Makers. Ron, thank you so much for sharing that.
Joe, thank you. I appreciate it.